All right, welcome to the course. This is the getting started video. This, if I'm honest, is a bit boring, but hang in there. There's a few important details that we need to cover before we get started. All right, let's go. All right, to get started, the first thing is you need to go and download the exercise files. So there is a link on the screen here. Go download those. Optionally, you might go and grab the cheat sheet. Okay, it's at bringyourownlaptop.com. There's a resources tab along the top here. There is an Illustrator cheat sheet, so go download that. It's free, it's a PDF. Print it off, stick it next to your computer while we're working. All right, so next thing to do is we're going to change our units. Okay, so our measurements like inches and centimeters. Confusingly, the new version of Illustrator kind of deals with things a little bit differently. So to explain that, normally what you do is you go to Illustrator CC, Preferences, Units. Okay, and this is on a Mac. If you're on a PC, it's under Edit and Preferences down the bottom here. Okay, so if I go into here and I change my units and I'm saying, oh, I'm going to use inches or millimeters or pixels. Okay, this doesn't really matter anymore. Okay. Feels good, you can click on inches, but basically what happens is when I create a new document, this thing over here, really, you can see pixels is up even though I picked inches. Why is that? It uses the last units you used. So the document that I created previously was in pixels, so it just used pixels. If I made something now and changed it to inches, it would by default be inches the next time I opened up this window. So that's how it works. Another thing to keep aware of is if I go to web, you'll notice that it just switches it out to pixels. So you just got to keep an eye on this every time. You can switch it afterwards, it's no big deal, okay? But you know, when you're going to print, okay, and mobile and all these other ones, it really wants to be a different size, okay? So just go and change it here. Let's say I make a print document, but I want it to be inches, okay? I click create. And let's say it's not what I wanted. I was doing millimeters with nothing selected over here. This is the really easy way to do it. You can go and change it in here quickly. All right, another thing I want you to do is up the top here, and you'll probably set to essentials, right? So it probably looks a little bit different from mine. I'm gonna go on essentials, click reset essentials, because this is like out of the box what it looks like. Now, I love that little control bar on the top there. And most people did, it kind of just turned off for this version, and they kind of replaced it with the properties panel, which I love, but I also like that top bar. So for this course, I'm gonna turn it on. Okay, so with essentials, okay, I'm gonna get a window and just make sure this control bar on the top is actually up there, okay, because it's just handy. Now what you might do is once you've kind of got your properties, you know, your panels in the way you like them, you can go and save them. You don't have to, but if you want to, you can go to new workspace and you can see that I already had one called Dan. It's already used. I'm going to replace it. Okay, click Dan. Just means that if things go wrong later on, right, I can go to reset Dan and it goes back to this and has our nice little control bar along the top. Now, there are going to be some of you who are using an older version of Illustrator. Okay, so you can totally do pretty much everything. There's like one thing, the puppet tool you can't do. But if you've got an older version of Illustrator, it'll work perfectly for this, like 99% of this course, except we're going to be using this properties panel a lot. And that doesn't exist in earlier versions. So if you are, this thing won't exist, okay? And you'll have to do a lot more of opening up here and opening up the specific windows. So I'm going to reset Dan just to show you what I mean. Okay, if I grab my type tool now and draw stuff out, draw a box out, you can see over here I got my fill and my stroke and my font. Whereas if you're using a previous version, you can either find it up the top here or you go to window and you have to turn on under type, you can turn on the character panel. So I'm going to use this because it's quick and awesome. But if you're like, oh man, he's going to the appearance panel, you just have a look what it's called and then find it up here. You will find a specific tab or a specific panel that will control that. Cool. Another thing just to cover is I've got some stock images that I use for this course. There's a mixture of stuff that I've made personally, and you're totally allowed to use that for your own portfolios and show people that you've done it. Okay. But in terms of the stock images, they're very clear which are the stock images, okay? Basically any of the photographs that look professionally done, any of the hand-drawn sketches are mine, but you're not allowed to go off and start using without going and paying for the stock images. Okay, so yeah, just be warned, you can definitely do it for this course and show people what you've done, but you can't go and use them commercially afterwards. Okay, but what you can do is there's a section in this course where you can get free commercial use images. Just switch them out for those or some of your own images, and then you can start totally using a lot of this for your portfolio. Another thing to do is in your exercise files, there's going to be, well, throughout this course, I'm going to set kind of projects for you to do, okay, sort of homework. Now, there will be, I'll do it in the videos and explain it, but there's one place in the exercise files. Where are you here? Okay, there's a folder called class projects, and it has a Word doc in there, plus all the images, everything you need to do those projects in one little piece. So yeah, just so you know, there are projects. You don't have to do them, obviously, but there is a folder for them, but I will describe them as we go through the tutorial course. All right, that is a boring video that we're gonna skip on now and start making some stuff in Illustrator. Thanks for hanging in there. Let's go and get started now.